This is your host, Lamar Space, and we're back with Space Station Conversations. And today we have a very, very special guest. Now, I'm going to let her introduce herself. Tell the people who you are and what your name is.
Hi, I'm Mills Bazai, also Zaida.
Zaida? All right. I know her by a different name, but we'll leave that until a little later. So, first off, we're going to start with, how are you? How you been doing? What you been up to?
I'm fine. I'm good. Just been working and trying to get the opening of the restaurant.
Don't jump too far ahead yet. So, you get into anything this weekend? You enjoy the little fake spring we've been having the last couple of days, or you just been handling business as usual?
I've just been busy, so I haven't really had a chance to go outside and enjoy any type of weather, but it's been good to look at it, I guess.
Word, I feel you on that. So let's get straight to it now. Let's start with your origins a little bit. Now, where you come from, how you grew up, and the things that inspired you. So, where were you born and where was you raised?
Well, I was born here in Allentown, and I was raised a couple different places. Traveled a lot, but mostly here in Allentown. Went to middle school here, high school here. Traveled, went to Georgia for a little bit, New York, a couple places.
So pretty much.
But I mostly resided in Allentown, yes.
Allentown, and you're proud of that.
Yeah.
You're not one of these people that been here for 10 years, but they still rap in Georgia or New York or something. So that's cool.
No, I definitely do. Just say like I'm from Allentown. Yeah.
So now, people now, they know you for cooking, but when I knew you growing up, you was more into dancing and sports. So what happened with that? Because I remember you used to play basketball during middle school and high school. So talk about that a little bit.
I definitely had hoop dreams. I definitely wanted to go to the WNBA, but those dreams was like canceled. I had a daughter at a young age, and I just knew I just felt like basketball wasn't going to be for me anymore. So I fell back from it a little bit. And with dancing, I think that was just something growing up, being
just a hobby.
Teens, partying, club night, stuff like that. So it was just something that I was just into at the moment.
All right, cool. Because I can tell you, we all had hoop dreams. Remember, we was out there sometimes in the morning thinking we was going to make it to the NBA. Shit.
Seriously.
Yeah, but okay, so when it's with the last few years, or actually, let me not jump too far ahead. So you graduated high school and all that, you get all past that. Before you got into really cooking, you went through a spiritual journey of sorts.
Right.
You became Muslim.
Right.
How'd you learn to get into it, and what made you want to embrace Muslimism, or what would you call it?
Okay, Islam.
Islam, yes.
Islam.
Well, I don't know why I didn't think of it.
Yeah, actually, my best friend, Shalia, she introduced me to it. And this is a friend who lives in New York City. And we were just talking on the phone, and she actually ended up converting. And she kind of just started telling me about it, and I just took interest in it right away and just started, learning about it. And it just felt like kind of made sense to me. I don't know. And what Islam...
As far as for Black people, or just for you personally?
I feel like just everything about it kind of made sense to me. Not to even get to the Bible and Christian or anything, but I just felt like learning about that, it just didn't make much sense
resonate.
To me. Yeah, it didn't make much sense to me, but when I felt like I learned Islam, I felt like everything was so clear, so that's so I just fell for it,
had a better understanding of things. Okay, word. So you grew up Christian pretty much like most people.
In a Christian household. Yeah.
All right. So you did that for a while now. You don't wear the hijab or anything as much as you used to. What happened there?
With the hijab, I just feel like it's just trials and tribulations with the religion myself. We all go through things. I don't feel like I'll never put it back on. Just at the moment, I haven't been wearing it, but yeah.
And you're comfortable wearing it. It wasn't nothing.
Yeah, I love hijab.
Yeah. It didn't take too much time to grow on you. You was all right, I'm ready to embrace this whole Islam.
With Islam, I just went head first into it. And I don't regret doing it, but I did go head first into it. I started wearing hijab as soon as I started learning about it. And even my best friend, she was like, I'm proud of you for taking that step, because it took me about probably a year, to start wearing it. And I was just dedicated from the door.
Okay, where I respect it. In Islam, I don't want to be disrespectful, and seem like I'm downplaying anybody's religious beliefs or anything like that. But I should have known that. Like, I studied religion for a little bit, so that's something that should have popped in my head. All right, now, how did you get into cook? Like, what made you just say, hey, I want to cook for people and possibly have them buy my platters and stuff like that?
My brother kind of put me out there to do it. I'm very family orientated. I always want my family around, friends around. I'm always trying to do some type of gathering or something like that. And like food is always what everybody's looking for. So just from cooking and always inviting people over and being around groups of people, everybody started to taste my food. And people started to hear about it. People started to tell other people about it. And then my brother, he kind of just like threw me out there. Somebody asked like, when's she going to sell food? And he's like, she'll be doing it next week. And I started, and like my first day,
he just threw you in there.
Yeah, he just threw me out there, and I started, and it just went crazy the first day.
Right out the frying pan into the fryer. I see. So okay, and you've been cooking, or like this is not something that you just magically, oh shit, I know how to cook. Like you've been doing this for years. Growing up, I've seen you cook for like family and things like that.
Yeah, growing up in the household was my mom and then my 4 brothers. So I was the only girl besides my mom. So I did a lot of cooking like for my brothers and stuff. I wasn't in the kitchen that much growing up. I was, but not cooking. You know what I mean? I was always around like my aunts who was cooking, my grandmother cooked. Exactly. So once I got in the kitchen and started cooking, it was kind of like, I felt like comfortable. I already knew what to do because I've been surrounded by females who cook my whole life.
Okay. So, now the next thing I wanted to ask now, when did the business aspect come in? Because of course you're cooking, and then you said your brother got you into it, but like, when did you really start saying like, yeah, I want to be able to make money off this? Like, when did that come into play?
I would say I always wanted it to be something like professional. So I always was thinking of it like the business aspect, but like legally, paperwork, restaurant, stuff like that. I think that what came like after I lost my mom.
We're going to get there too. We definitely going to get there.
After I lost my mom, and that's just because I had a job doing CNA work at that time. And then I also had another job working as a chef in a nursing home. And it was like, during that time, I needed that.
I remember that.
Personal time for myself, and they weren't able to give me that. So I kind of said to myself, like, I don't want to be ever put in a position where somebody else is giving me my time to grieve or deal with anything. You know what I mean? Like,
that's your time.
Yeah. So I kind of said to myself, like, I don't ever want to put myself in this position again, and I'm going to make sure I don't have to.
Like most of us are, like, you know, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to become self-sufficient, trying to do our own thing, just like Raymond over there.
Right.
And all that. So, and that's what I appreciate. Like, early on, you had the right thoughts, paperwork, restaurant stuff. And the reason I ask that or say that is because, as you know, how do you feel about when you see other people, you know what I mean, just making food and cooking food out their crib and selling it? You know what I mean? Like, how does that, like...
What do you mean?
So, yeah, let me try to structure this a certain way. So, you actually have aspiration to open a store like we're about to. Other people, I feel like, especially because we just went through a pandemic for damn near 2.5 years, almost 3. A lot of things are get-rich-quick scheme. So, like, when you just see people now just starting, oh, this person, now they sell pliers. This person, they sell fish and chicken. This person, they sell pizza and shit out their crib. Do you have a certain respect for that? Or do you see, like, oh, these people, they're not really in it for the long run. They just want that quick money.
I feel like I have respect for anybody who's trying to do anything. Because there's a lot of people who's doing nothing and trying to do nothing about it. You know, so I have respect for anybody who's trying to do anything. But I feel like time will tell. Like, if somebody's really into it, they're going to keep going because it's not easy, you know, and there's trials and tribulations throughout the whole process. So time will tell if somebody really wants to do it or, you know, I just feel like that, yeah.
And pretty much that is how you start. Like, you start cooking at home.
Yeah.
You calling people, telling them to pull up,
Yep.
pick up their order. And was that hard for you? You know what I mean? Because you're literally telling people, even strangers, come where you live, pick up food. Like, how did that feel at first?
Definitely scary. And then once it started to get like, I'm not gonna mention But it was definitely scary, like bringing these people to like buy my home and stuff like that. And that's what also pushed me to be like, I want to get my own spot.
And that's pretty much what I'm saying. Like, you're actually taking that step. I've seen people clicking out this stuff for years, and I'm like, I would like to see you have a store or something. But everybody takes their time. No, I'm not knocking anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, now, not to get too somber, but passing of your mother. This was about like
It's going on 2 years.
Going on 2 years. May she rest in peace. How influential was she in your chef aspirations? And when she did pass, how much of a toll did that take on you?
I felt like my mother was my biggest supporter. Like, she was always like sending me ideas, new things to do. Like, and I feel like a lot of things that stand out with my business and my food is my presentation. And I feel like I definitely get that from my mom because she's just like a perfectionist. Everything had to be perfect, look perfect. And I kind of took that and ran with it, especially with my food. Like, if the rice is by something else, a picture of that is not going up. Like, you know, so she is definitely a big help. And as far as how it took a toll, I actually took a break for a little while after it. And yeah, it's kind of hard to talk about. It still takes still takes a toll on me, but I miss her a lot, and she was definitely a big help. Like the other day, like out of nowhere, people you may know popped on Instagram, and it was her page, and she only has one post on Instagram. It was a plate of my food. I never even seen. I didn't even know she had Instagram. She has like 3 friends on there, but
that must have taken you back.
It was just like wow, like.
Okay. Well, I hope everything's well now. You know, those things are, you probably never get over it, but you got to get through it now. I mean, you got to just keep moving. So, now, some other things happened in the world that affected everybody. Pandemic. How much did that affect your business, if at all?
The pandemic was actually good for me. I was selling plates from my house was the only thing I did for the whole pandemic.
And
like they denied me for like PUA, all of that type of stuff, and I literally had to sell plates to pay my rent.
To make them ends.
Yeah, I just like kept going, like.
And that wasn't, of course, I'm pretty sure you had some concerns with COVID going around. Like,
yeah.
Did you ever get sick at all the past 2 years? Not at all. Hey man, you lucky as hell. I got sick the first time this year or in January. I'm glad that shit is over with.
Glad you're healthy.
Thank you. So, you're building a business. One of the first things that you're coming out with, some that of your own. Now, I want to know the sauce on your sauce. How did that come to be, and how did you concoct that that magnificent, So, how did it come to be?
So my sauce is called a sweet chili sauce. I wish I knew it, but I wish I would have knew you were gonna mention it because I would have brought one. But it's a sweet chili sauce. It's a mixture of sweet. Yeah, it's a mixture of sweet and spicy. It was originally for chicken, just some type of sauce for chicken, and people just loved it. They were putting it on everything: salmon, whiting, shrimp. Like they were just going crazy. And just how I came up with that was just I like sweet and spicy stuff, and I just want to offer something to people that was like a mixture of both, like So it was pretty easy to come up with. I came up with it myself. For my bottles, I actually packaged them all for myself as well. And in the near future, I have a spice line actually coming out.
Spice line, okay, yeah. Word. And I'm trying to think about how I want to ask this. So it's like, how do you just get your own sauce? Like, do you just call somebody and hey, I want to mass produce this, or you're in the crib, you buy bottles and you're just doing it yourself?
Yeah, I literally ordered like my bottles from like a wholesale center, and I ordered like all my bottles and stuff, and I just mixed like all my ingredients that I used, and I got the labels, got it all together, put my logos and stuff.
And is it in stores or? Cause that looks like some professional shit right there. You know what I mean? When I seen it, I was like, yo, I could probably find that at Walmart or something.
Yeah, it's not in stores yet, but I am looking to get it in stores. Okay. Yeah, but it is going to be in my store.
Okay, word. So let's get right into that. Having your own restaurant. What is the name of the restaurant? What's it called? You know what I mean?
It's going to be Mills Pazai.
Right? Speak up, speak up for the people.
So the name of the restaurant is going to be Mills Pazai. And I actually wanted to change it and make it my name, well, the name that I go by now, which is Zaida's. I wanted to make it that, but it has to be my LLC. So it's just Meals by Zai LLC for now. Maybe in the future I might look to change it or something, but right now it's just going to be the Meals by Zai restaurant.
All right, now how did it just come to be? Like, what was the driving force to be like, okay, now it's time to get this building, get all the supplies we need? You know what I mean, how long did that take?
Well, I've only been cooking for 3 years, but I found the space in December, and then now we're just getting ready to open on April the 2nd, next Saturday. But
almost no time at all. Pretty quick.
So I actually always wanted to do the restaurant because I wanted to see people eating my food and actually enjoying it. So I wanted to make sure that I got something that was able where people can dine in and eat and also take my food to go. So, yeah.
And are you going to be cooking the food yourself, or do you have a team? Because you know, when you cook something, only you could give it that, you know, that it.
Yeah.
So, is that something you worry about? Like,
yeah, I do worry about that a lot. And as of right now, I'm the only cook.
Oh, damn.
I'm the
You're
only
gonna be
cook.
chefing it up in there, huh? Okay, I respect it. But you are going to have a team eventually come and help you with all that.
Yeah, eventually I am going to be looking for people to come help me prep, stuff like that, serve the food. But right now, I'm the only cook.
All right. And the store opens April 2nd. I mean,
Yes, grand opening is 3 p.m.
3 p.m.
Yep, 3 to 10.
Address?
627 West Liberty Street. We have ribbon cutting, raffles, music, photographer, good eats. Come out.
Nah, I mean, that's what it is, man. Make sure y'all show up. Meals by Zai. I know I'm going to definitely be there. Nah, I mean, Raymond, you might have to come through too. Nah, I mean, check some things out. And speaking of Raymond, that leads me to my next question. So you're making all different types of meals. We live in 2022 now. Everybody wants to be gluten-free. Everybody wants to eat dairy-free, meat-free, things like that. Is there a challenge? Like, do you want to cook vegan dishes at all? Or do you just be like, nah, I'm going to stick to what I know? Or is that even an interest of yours?
At the moment, my specialty is the soul food area and stuff like that. But I do want to expand and learn how to cook different types of food. Vegan is something that a lot of people have been mentioning. Mm-hmm. So that is something that I definitely do want to look into in the near. Yes, a lot. So I want to look into that in the near future.
And so, what's your favorite thing about just being in the kitchen cooking for? You know what I mean, just what brings the best out of you? Like, what do you love about it? What's the one thing?
I love that it's just me. Like, it's like, if I make it some way, it's just my life. I just feel like I have my own style. It's not like anything else. Like, you know, even if me and somebody else was making the same thing, it's not going to taste the same. It's not going to look the same. I just feel like I have my own different vibe, my own style. Like,
okay, so, and then you being Muslim, following Islam and things of that sort, is there ever a conflict of interest with things that you have to cook? So for just what I know, they can't eat pork. I don't know if there's anything else.
Yeah, you cannot eat pork, but I actually stopped eating pork and dealing with pork cooking.
Oh, so you don't even touch pork at all?
Not at all. And this was even before I converted to Islam.
Mm.
So about a year before I converted, I was just like researching it and just realized like how unhealthy it was, and I just cut it out.
Yeah, I'm trying to cut out too, man.
So when I converted, it really wasn't much of a challenge at all.
All right, it was just like, get that shit out.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I like me a nice pork chop every now and then. A nice slice of bacon, can't go wrong. Or maybe you could. So that's pretty much what I have for the business stuff. What are your future endeavors? What do you look forward to doing? Do you see yourself becoming like Martha Stewart, having your own show? Do you want to have chain restaurants all around, or do you just want to have the one home location?
I haven't really thought about that. A lot of people have mentioned that to me though, like a franchise or something like that. But I haven't really thought about that. I've just been so like worried about this one and, you know, trying to live in the moment and focus on this before I just...
Slow and steady wins the race.
Because I always have big dreams, and I'm just, you know, I like to take off more than I could chew sometimes. So right now I'm just learning to just focus on what's in front of me and just worry about that. But as of right now, I just think focusing on just this one area, and then maybe in the near future, you know, having more locations depending on how big I get. But I'm looking forward to offering some cooking classes and stuff like that.
Hey man, you know, some of y'all, couple food that I've eaten before, maybe I could get some lessons right here. Now, I mean, get your shit a little right. But, okay, I respect all that. I love that. So let's just wind down a little bit now. I mean, so what do you usually get into now? I mean, when you're away from the kitchen, what is a normal day like for Zaida?
I'm usually home trying to relax. I'm a mother of 3 kids, so when I'm not cooking, I'm trying to relax, spend time with them, spend time with my family.
Now, there's not really conflict there. Now, I mean, you try to make time when you can for everybody and everything you can. Okay, cool. You got 3 kids now?
Yeah.
How are they doing?
They're doing good.
How's the rest of the family? I know I met a couple of brothers back in the day.
They're doing really good.
Doing well. And they're all helping you out, just making sure you're doing everything that you can.
Yeah.
All right. I seen you went to that Jadakiss show the other day. How was that?
It was good. He did a good performance.
Well,
I enjoyed myself. Yeah, I actually went for my brother's birthday.
Okay, so like, what was he performing out there? And what club was that?
That was at Gravity.
Gravity. You just performing classic shit or
like a couple songs.
A couple songs here and there.
Yeah, some old songs.
All right. Anything else you want to get off? Anything else you want to tell the people? Let the people know how to get in contact with you, anything like that?
You can get in contact with me at Mills by Zai on Instagram. Also, right before I came here, I registered all my information up on Google, so you can actually search Mills by Zai, see the location, the hours, the times, where we deliver to, and stuff like that.
All right, and just give another plug for the restaurant. Make sure people know where to show up and when to show up.
It's located at 627 West Liberty Street. It's on April 2nd, 3 p.m. to 10 p.m.
3 p.m. to 10 p.m. All right, this has been another great episode of Space Station Conversations. I want to thank you for coming through.
Thank
you are actually my first woman guest on this show, so we got to clap it up for that a little bit. You know what I mean?
First lady.
Thank you. Good luck to you. I'm hoping everything goes well. Much success.
Are you coming?
Come on, I told you about 3. I'm coming. I'm showing up. I might not even stop home first. I might just come straight from work and go there. Okay. You know what I mean? Just to make sure I get some. Can you reveal what's going to be on first day menu, or you want to let the people be surprised?
It's a surprise.
You want to let people be surprised?
It's
all right, cool. I respect that. The Space Station Conversations, and you out of here.